Alrighty guys, well, welcome back to another episode of myself, Jed, and Dad as we work on a pile of junk. The last time you have seen this thing, we tore her apart and she is stuck rock solid. In fact, let me grab my light. I did some cleaning on the bores and got the pistons cleaned up a little bit and whatnot. So she looks a lot better. Soaked some gasoline in her to get all the crud knocked out of her. But I mean, she don't look terrible. But Dad's got his old engine breaker 9 million on there. Engine breaker looser, hopefully not an engine breaker.
It's worked before.
That's normally how we break engines free. We've never had any luck with penetrating oils, nothing like that. The only way to break an engine free for us has been with force, and that port power is
So
pretty
tons.
Yeah, pretty damn good son of a bitch. What you do is you just kind of push on that piston, come over here, push on that piston a little bit. You never just put full whammy on one piston or you will break it.
Yeah.
So you just kind of move, and eventually she'll start to free yourself up.
And that ram's big enough, it's almost the same size as the piston.
Well, these are itty bitty pistons too.
Well, that ram's, I mean, so you got a nice wide surface pushing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want no little bitty.
You wouldn't want like this flashlight.
Right in the middle of the piston.
Yeah, it'd smash right through her. So I was supposed to go to my buddy's place and look at parts and maybe try and make some money, but Dad was like, I want to make this engine break free and spin, so
Yeah.
we're going to do what Dad wants.
Tired of looking at it.
Tired of looking at her, so set you guys up and you can enjoy. Alrighty guys, let's see if this engine's going to turn.
You want to put a mark on her so you can see that it turns? Or put a mark on the cylinder wall?
That might be a pretty good
You
idea.
got a silver pink pin?
We got, there's the pink marker over there. Alrighty guys, you're set up. We got her marked. Hit her with some power, Dad.
It's going to go baby pressure. I don't want to put 30 tons on her.
No.
Are you hearing anything? I ain't hearing nothing anymore. There it goes.
Nope. There was a click.
Alright, that's getting pretty tight.
Yeah. Probably ought to move her.
I want to leave a little bit sticking out of the ram. It's going to come, it's cold, so it's going to come back in. Cold. At least it's getting her done.
Didn't hurt the piston, nothing. So, I mean, it's literally a time-consuming job. But you do this, and it's a guaranteed way to break her free. Alright, guys. Well, I'm just going to set you up over here. And you're just going to have to pretend like you can see what we're doing. Well, we're definitely making some progress for sure. As you can see, there's our first pink mark. Oh, shit.
What happened?
Cracked the piston. Great. Yeah, we just bought a set of pistons. Well, that was about to be a really exciting moment because there's our first pink mark and our other pink mark is gone. It's somewhere underneath there. Okay, I'm gonna go cry now. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull this oil pan and figure out why the hell it's still turning. kind of rough. Even with the broke piston, still want to find out what's going on inside. So we got her turning pretty good, but she won't turn by hand. So we're gonna get this oil pan off and see what we find.
Well, it came off a lot easier than I thought.
Yep. Yeah.
Nummy.
Even with the gasoline. This engine has been dry. Of course the gas may have done. Oh shit.
That piston, one of the pistons. Ain't it?
See, yeah, that's when that broken. Oh my god. You didn't just break that piston, Dan.
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
Yeah.
It looks like that the pin is in the cylinder wall, like it's digging in. So probably turning that little extra bit probably hurt her a little bit more. That pin is cocked sideways. Supposed to be like this, it's like this.
Well, I got a feeling that piston was bottomed out.
Alrighty guys, it's the next day and I just want to show you the aftermath of the baby HEMI. So our connecting rod, it's not quite straight anymore and there's a big problem with the connecting rod. I don't think the pin is supposed to come out like that. God, that sucks. So we made our pin a two-piece pin. We gave our rod a little extra angle, and I'm pretty sure our piston is not supposed to be a quick disconnect piston. You know, I don't think it's supposed to, you know, come apart like that. I super glued this thing back together last night, and yeah, I don't think the piston is supposed to come apart like that. Nor is it supposed to have all these horsepower relieving marks in it, you know. Like that one. Or that big one right there. Or this one. So, oh boy. But we do have some good news about the baby HEMI. The boards are pretty good. They're going to clean up really nice. This one's a little worse for wear, but it'll be fine. So we're gonna have to get all these pistons knocked out of it, and that damn piston cut me. But we're gonna get these pistons out of here eventually, get the crank out, and we're gonna be on the hunt for another connecting rod. There's some on eBay. Hopefully those don't get sold. And we just need one connecting rod, and we're gonna try and source either just a single stock piston, because these things came flush with the deck. I mean, they actually protruded a little bit. Or save our money. Instead of buying one piston, buy a set of custom pistons that'll up our compression ratio to like 8.5, maybe 9 to 1. Drawn with the blower or something, I don't know yet. So that's just kind of where we're at. Just wanted to give you guys an update from last night. So stay tuned, guys. There'll be more to come. Oh, and before we actually, you know, head off and go on to the next part, I just want to let everybody know that this is something that can happen to your engine while you're trying to break it free, no matter what you're doing. So for anybody out there who might have some snide comments on how we chose to break the engine free, let it be known that in probably the 6 to 8 engines Dad and I have used the Porta Power to break engines free, this is the only one we've ever bent a connecting rod or hurt a piston. Normally we never have that happen, and this is unfortunately something that can happen no matter what you do to break an engine free. Whether, well, I mean, if you just use penetrating fluids and stuff like that, you're not going to break a piston, but that stuff doesn't work. You can't just magically leave a fluid in there and make it magically free an engine up, unless you get really lucky. My buddy Billy, on the other hand, he used Coca-Cola, and he broke a 273 free, but I just don't see how it's going to free up this engine. I tried it. It cleaned the bores up really good, and it got the valves moving, but this baby is pretty stuck. So, but just want to let you guys know, I don't want to hear the, you know, comments down below with, oh, I wouldn't have broken engine free that way because you're going to break something. Look, you broke something. Well, you know what? I'm the one making the video. You're the one watching it, so I don't need to hear those kind of remarks. So, anyways, now let's move on to to doing some fun stuff. Alrighty, guys and gals, so we're gonna go ahead and just try and knock out the rest of these rods and pistons possible. Got my approved Chris Birdsong Junker Up bitch mittens on, so let's get this baby tore down. Enjoy this footage. Oh yeah. Boop a doop a doop a doop a doo. Of course I'm on the wrong side. Well, that one fell in the piston. That's better. Now let's take this thing apart. Alrighty, guys, well, I apologize about the total lack of filming. Stopped filming there for a while because the crank's got to get turned, and I had one piston that just would not come out. By the way, look at those bores. Nice ass bores. We had one piston that would not come out, and that was number 8. Look at that cylinder. Not fantastic, but the cylinder's not hurt. But you want to know how we got that piston out? There's the rod. Where's the piston at? Oh, this must be it over here. Yeah. I am so fed up with that. Dad broke a piston, I broke a piston, now we're even. This early Hemi is being absolutely no fun. Look at that. This cylinder must have been submerged, because literally those rings are tight as hell. And I think we got one more piston. It's not going to be nice. And it's that one. Look at the cylinder in it. Yeah. Probably going to have another broken piston probably. Everything else is coming out great. I don't know why. I know this one came out super easy. It came out by hand. So did this one. This one, if we could get the crank or get the connecting rod bolts off, it'd probably come out real easy. But this one's being absolutely no fun, guys. This engine is literally going to be a money pit that's going to break me. So, you know, don't be surprised if this build gets put on like an indefinite hold, because quite frankly, I got some stuff coming up and I ain't going to be able to afford to build this engine, buy anything for it. So unless I got an anonymous donator out there who loves me and is willing to, you know, just throw stupid amounts of money at me for pistons and stuff. And I probably wouldn't accept it anyways, because I don't believe in gifts and stuff like that and taking money from my viewers. But at the same time, I don't think that little engine is going to be coming to life for a couple of years, the way money's going. But we're going to get that son of a bitch taken apart, that's for sure, because we're not going to let that stupid little mother... Yeah, we're not going to let that little bastard beat us. So we're going to get that thing completely tore apart, and we're going to assess what we need. If we break another piston, we're definitely going to buy a piston, that's for sure. Originally, the idea was get a rod, get a piston. Well, now we got to get a rod and 2 pistons. So I think it's going to become one of those things where we're just going to have to save our money or make a bunch of money when we go to the next swap meet or something and buy pistons for this thing. And at that point, you're going to get custom made pistons, because I ain't buying Aggie pistons. I ain't putting 7.5 pistons back in this thing. Might as well just scrap the blower idea of build a 11-to-1 or 10-to-1 fucking early Hemi and put a giant radical nasty cam in it. Or we might still put the blower on it. I don't know. Just depends on, you know, how things go. But I want to give you guys that little update. So see you in the next part. I'm going inside because it's dark and it's cold. So see you guys in the next part. All right, welcome back, guys. Another day, same shit, you know. And we're gonna get ready to pull this crank hub off. As it turns out, I think the balancer actually supposed to be removable from this hub. Don't know. Got to talk to the guys at Hot Heads. But we're gonna get this pulled off. Get the timing chain cover off. Maybe getting the chain off or something. But right now we just got to get that off. because we got our puller back. So we're going to remove this hub, and then we're going to get the porta power set back up and start pushing like the pistons back down so we can get the crank kind of turned, so we can get the remaining pistons out of this engine, get it down to a bare block, and from there we can start to really move forward. So enjoy. Sorry guys, I forgot to hit the record, but there's our hub. This thing is beefy. Look at how thick that is. That's all steel. That's a little rough right here. Don't know why. Yeah, this thing is literally made out of just some real iron. The crank looks good on the end, so I guess now let's get that timing cover off and see what it looks like. Ooh, dirty. All right, I just want to show you guys up close. This is like factory double roller here. Look at the gear on it. Everything's been pretty much unmolested up here. I don't think it's been messed with. But the chain has seen much better days. As with on any early Hemi or small block Chrysler, just not a real good design up here for the timing chain. Might have to try and adapt one of those Magnum tensioners, which keeps the tension on the chains, because yeah, these things are always kind of like this. Even the timing chain on the 273 for my Dart, it wasn't as tight as I like them, but this is just, wow, that's bad. But yeah, look at that giant bolt and everything. Wow. Of course, I think I remember that on my other Hemi. I'll have to watch the video again. But yeah, the crank snout looks pretty good. Doesn't look like it's ever been beat on, damaged. The slinger is still present, and just like the other early Hemi, slinger does not come off unless you remove the key there. So we'll probably take that out. But now let's get the old porta power set up and start pushing some pistons. Well, a couple weeks later, Dad and I are out here, and I'm not going to show my face for an obvious reason. Got a great big bandage on my head and whatnot. But we're going to go ahead and get back to work this baby Hemi. We're going to knock the rest of those pistons out. AKA Dad is. I'm not allowed to do anything. So Dad, unveil it.
I don't know if I can.
Rip it off like a band-aid. Woohoo! That's close enough. Last time we saw it, I showed you how bad the chain was in there, but we're gonna get our porta power knocked back up on there. And yeah, I know it's bad, isn't it? But it's kind of cool. It's factory double roller, but it's bad. Yeah, that's bad. But get this crank spun around, get those last two rod caps off, knock these last couple pistons out, and she'll be a bare block pretty much, minus the cam. But show you more. All right, guys, if you see me in the picture, just pretend like there's not a big ugly bandage on my head. All right, let's make this baby bleed, Dad. Number one rod bearing. Looks perfect.
In every way.
I had a baby brother. There's perfect in every way. Alright, so what I did was we took the piston rings off this piston and this piston. This piston used to be sticking out. So we knocked that one back in so that way it can ride on the crank as we turn around number 4, which is the son of a bitch that has ruined this engine. So, we're going to get her knocked out. What do you think about that, Michael?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, he's working on banana rama, working on the heater system. All right, we'll give you a close up. So, got a lot of wood inside that piston. Gotta get that rod pulled up a little bit, but we're gonna set you guys back up. Try and bore you too much. That piston's really stuck. Ow! God! Sorry. Ow!
You down, Cameron?
I don't know. That fucking hurt. That thing exploded. Look at it bleed. Like a motherfucker. Finally! Jesus!
Broke that motherfucker too, huh?
Don't matter. We got two. Now we got 3 broken pistons.
Did that break when it hit the floor or when I...
I think it was already cracked because you were smacking on it right there.
Yeah.
It may have broke when it came slamming to the ground, but that don't matter. So this is the son of a bitch that caused this engine build to go from simple and easy to needing pistons and rods. And look at that crank. Look at how nice that crank spins. Yeah, I know, only got 3 of the main caps on it, but look at how nice that thing spins. This is the sorry son of a bitch that caused this engine build to go way haywire. The Dad's sitting here turning the crank over by hand, and the cam's spinning good, and I think we got pretty much all good cam lobes. I don't know where I put my light. Right, it's shining down on there. But yeah, let's see these lobes. There's 1 lobe, 2 lobe, 3 lobe. Let's see here. I think we got a good cam core. This cam's worth some money, that it's got all of its lobes still. What it looks like. There was one that looked like it. Nope, there it is. That one right there. Yep, our cam's got all of its lobes. Son of a bitch. The very first early Dodge HEMI with all 16 cam lobes.
It looks like it's kind of a special.
Yeah, it is all special stuff on the end of it. It's like a small block, kind of. But there you guys go. Well, guys, again, don't feel like showing my face of camera. Got my bandages and everything on, so now you know. Decided to come out here. It's 3 days after my surgery, right? And we're gonna go ahead and tear this thing, all the rest of it apart, so we can finish this part of this engine. And I just want to show you the carnage that took to take this engine apart. Never have we had an engine that fought us this bad. This was the first piston that Dad broke.
Dad broke.
Yeah, 3-part, and bent the rod, and broke the piston pin. So, some super carnage. After that happened, I was pretty discouraged.
That's when shit gets real.
That's when Michael and I came out here and made this piston our bitch. You see how it was stuck pretty bad. It's funny, half the pistons were stuck like this with bad rings, and the other half were like brand new. But that was the other one. Saved its rod. And this was the number 4 piston, and this was the one that caused that engine to seize up more than likely. But the rest of these are beautiful. I mean, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy all got good rings on them. I mean, they're really perfect. And that one's stuck. That one's really stuck. This one's got good rings. So again, it's weird, and the crank spins beautifully. I mean, it's like brand new. But it sucks, so we're gonna have to get new pistons for it, which I found to sit on eBay. Not what I want. I'd like to, you know, have some taller domes, even though I want to put a blower on it. But found some 40 over pistons on eBay for 220 bucks. Old pistons, but NOS. So probably gonna pick those up. We're gonna have to pick up one of the NOS rods off eBay, about 65 bucks. And that's about all we're gonna have to spend. Of course, the heads are gonna need completely redone. All the valve seats leak. Some of the valves are pitted beyond repair. Block, gonna take it all the rest of the way apart. Crank's gonna get polished. If it needs turned, it'll get turned. Block will get hot tanked, all that shit, bored. That's kind of the plan. I just wanted to, you know, bring all these parts out here to show you the carnage. Never had an engine fought us this bad. This is ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous how bad this thing is. But what do you think about it, Dad?
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous?
It's ridiculous.
Michael, what do you think?
Ridiculous.
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 See, Michael even gave a little ridiculous.
See, man, probably the ones with the valves were open is the ones that got stuck.
Yeah.
So hard.
White knight.
That
Rat juice got down to them.
that old Coca-Cola really did help the valves though, freed them all up and everything.
Yeah.
But as far as you know, there is no miracle freaking engine breaker looser. I mean, this engine's 70 years old. Maybe on a newer model 60s era engine, something that ain't been sitting for so long, but this engine, there was nothing freeing this engine up other than brute force. That's just unfortunate. But there it is, guys. I mean, we also need to take a moment of silence for all the blocks of wood and everything we destroyed, the hammers. I'm bleeding because my big dead blow exploded and came back and hit me. That hurt. I'm bleeding.
It exploded.
Yeah. Michael, what are you looking at? Are you laughing at me or are you laughing at the bandage?
A little bit of both.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. You can't do that to somebody who's, you know, it's just wrong. That's just wrong. But I hope you guys enjoyed as much of this baby Hemi we could stomach to do. Money has run out on this thing, so it's going to get tarped, stored away until we can afford to buy the pistons and do all the other machine work to it, because we're going to do it all at once. So there's that. How do you feel about that one, Dad?
Probably about right.
Be smart about it. Don't need to be spending a bunch of money on this thing because it don't need to get done.
Take it up to Mark and let him massage it.
Yep. Cover on up. We're done with her. Unless someone wants to buy this, you know, worked on the famous Scott guys, so I will say if you're interested in buying it, it's very low mileage, ran when parked.
Original parts.
Original parts. This isn't broken, it's quick disconnect.
You got a TIG welder.
Just
Yeah.
just a little welding, a little Bondo, JD weld.
Yeah.
It'll all go back.
This rod ain't bent. Your eyes are bent. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at it like this, yeah, it looks bent. But if you look at it like this, it's fine.
Power of 30-ton ram.
Yeah. Really, Michael?
Yeah.
That's on camera. Come on. We're trying to be a little more professional than
When
that.
you gotta go, you gotta go.
Jesus. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. So stay tuned for more on the baby Hemi. Take care. Bye-bye.